A packed house at the Mecklenburg County Chamber for tonight's Charlotte City Council meeting. Let's take you back out to our chief political correspondent, Emma Withrow, who is joining us live from outside the Government Center in Uptown.
Yeah, Emma, we're talking about that Unified Development Ordinance, or the UDO. Why are people so upset about abolishing single-family zoning?
Well, I'm glad you guys can hear me now because I got a lot to say tonight. So, Brian, the short answer to that is that they're afraid the abolishment of single-family zoning is going to gentrify lower-income neighborhoods, particularly in those black and brown communities here in Charlotte. Now, the longer answer to that is that this more than 600-page document that's been in the works for years now finally reached its final draft, and the community came out to voice their last comments to the council before they vote on this. Now, before we get into what exactly these community members said tonight, I want to break down the basics of this. So what is the UDO? Well, it's really the teeth of the 2040 comp plan. It sets out these rules and laws that people have to follow to develop in Charlotte, and one of those is stirring up lots of controversy. That's what we talked about, the abolishment of single-family zoning. So if you live in a single-family neighborhood and this plan is put in place, triplexes, duplexes, and in some cases even quadplexes will be able to get put right next door to your house if developers so please. So that's why a lot of these community members showed up to protest tonight. They don't want single-family housing to get abolished and pleaded to the council to change the plan in that sense. They fear it's going to skyrocket gentrification in these low-income neighborhoods where the land's pretty cheap. But those who supported on the other council said that it'll simply increase the amount of housing available, and it'll also mix lower-income folks into higher-income neighborhoods. Take a listen to some of these voices tonight.
All of the young families I have spoken to, 100% of them, about the UDO are unaware of the abolishment of single-family houses and are not interested in living in close quarters in multifamily units. The people who are really going to reap from this are the developers.
Approval of the UDO is the correct step forward for our city. It will give our city the tools to preserve, grow, and adapt like we have never had.
And the vote for the UDO is expected to happen on August 22nd, so we'll have to see what happens until then.
Emma, a quick question for you. So on a normal city council night like tonight, this would have been like the most lively part of the meeting, but there was actually another group there to protest an entirely different issue. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There was probably almost 100 vendors from the OpenAir Market that used to happen at the Eastland Mall. And they all showed up tonight because for 6 months they've been showing up to the city council to try to find a new location to conduct business. Now, the city council was who shut down their OpenAir Market because they, are going to redevelop the Eastland Mall. So now they're trying to find a new location for these people, and it's just been a complete disaster in terms of these people's livelihood because this is their business, and now they have nowhere to conduct that business. They're still searching and losing thousands of dollars in potential income a day. Now, some of these vendors say they're getting behind on their credit card bills, paying rent, and have lost thousands of dollars in expired merchandise because they have nowhere to sell it, and it's already gone bad.
Please put yourself in the shoes of the mothers and fathers of this market and who only seek the opportunity to provide for their kids. Our vendors have been tirelessly looking for a location, but have had no luck.
So city staff did speak to this tonight, and they said they've been looking for a location for these people, but they need to find a place that's big enough, and it needs to be about an acre to fill all of these people's spaces. Now, Councilmember Renee Johnson made a motion during the meeting to let them use the Eastland Mall site because it's not currently under construction yet, but the motion failed. Then Councilman Tariq Bakari shocked everyone when he stood up and he promised these probably hundreds of people that he would find them a site along with the Republican slate within the next 60 days. So it'll be interesting to see if Bakari is able to fulfill that promise. But that's all we have for tonight. Reporting live at the Government Center, Emma Withrow, Queen City News.
Quite a bit that you had tonight. All right, Emma, thank you. Well, new